Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. New Year's Eve. What time is it? 12 o'clock Eastern time. Live call-in show. Let's get this money. First thing, follow me on Instagram. Lawson Bets NFL. Go to Patreon if you want to see all my bets. Only $5 a month. Link in the description. I'm excited for today. I want to see what questions we talk about. First, I'm going to start with the Patreon questions, and I wanted to say Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you have a great night tonight. That's why I wanted to do it during the day. Didn't want to get in the way of any of your party plans. I'm going to just start with a Patreon question real first. Craft Easy Mac Jones, do you bet the Patreon teasers? If I post it on Patreon, I bet it. I haven't posted a Patreon teaser, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks. If so, do you put the same amount as a normal game, more or less? I normally, if I bet a teaser, I'm putting less than a normal game. Because I would hope that the teaser, with the amount of games I have on the teaser, that would multiply, if that makes sense. Jonathan Yim. Hey, John, should I cash in my profit for my Tom Brady MVP? Do you think he has a chance to catch Rodgers? John, I still think you're in good shape. I know everyone's saying Rodgers pulled ahead in that MVP race. And I can't say too much on YouTube because if you say a specific word, you'll get shadow banned. So try to follow me here. I'm going to try to talk in a circle, but try to explain what I'm trying to say. Do you remember Aaron Rodgers' heel turn early this year? When they caught him, I guess, in a lie, and how the media reacted. I don't think the media will vote for Aaron again. Rodgers, I think they don't like him because of what happened earlier this year, because he didn't do this, and anyone who doesn't do this, you're going to get flack for it. Well, yeah, so I actually still think Brady's the front runner. And I also think Jonathan Taylor is going to steal votes from Aaron Rodgers as well. So yeah, man, I actually think Brady's going to still win it, but we'll see what he does this week. And Rodgers hasn't really gone off all that much. You guys know I'm a big Rodgers fan, but has he really went off all that much? I mean, really the only game he won where I was like, okay, wow, like this is like vintage Rodgers was like against the Rams, but maybe I'm missing some sort of performance. Here we go. Peter Parker, yo, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Scotty Eddie, Happy New Year, man. I hope you guys have a great New Year. The White Strahan. Yeah, man. New Year's Eve is a pretty good holiday. I like it. Alex J. What's up, Lawson? Cousins out for Vikings. Packers skating into. Yeah, it happens almost every year. And no matter how many talent the Vikings accumulate, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Super chat from Zamora. Appreciate it, Zamora. Appreciate your generosity. 2-team money line. Cincy, Denver. Okay, let me bring up my spreads. 1 second. Okay, you got Cincy. That's pretty audacious. I don't know if Denver's gonna do it though. I actually think Cincinnati could possibly take that on the money line. Okay, let me see the 17 parlay. Philadelphia -3, Atlanta +14.5, Dallas -6, Denver +6.5, Cincinnati +5, Miami +4, Detroit +7. Detroit, I don't know, man, about Detroit. And also about Miami, I don't know, man. I just think they're due to get their ass kicked. So that's one thing I'm watching. Here we go. John, thank you. Felipe Obregon, Jonathan Taylor will win. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's probably going to go to a quarterback, and I don't think they would mind giving it to Brady. Brady's just really had that one hiccup against the Saints. Yeah. Yeah, Goff's out. Goff's out. And listen, Tim Boyle didn't look all that bad against Atlanta, but come on. Yeah, and Cousins out, man. Yeah, Cousins out is gonna be a blow. Um, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Let me get to another Patreon question. Raymond Bernard, what's up, Lawson? What's up, Raymond? You're the real deal. Thank you. Let's get paid this weekend. Kids need shoes. Give me your best 3. Happy New Year. I'll be posting those tonight. So stay snug. Stay snug. I'll be posting those tonight. I think I have 4 bets I'm going to post tonight, but I'm still watching the injuries. Yeah, and whoever's saying stay away from the Lions in the comment section, you're probably right. How Marcel Perpetual? How do you like Miami over Tennessee? Are you talking to me? I like Tennessee over Miami, and I wouldn't. And listen, I think that's going to be a close game. Oh, I see why I wasn't following the comment section properly. Just excuse me there. Okay. But I think it's going to be a close game, though. I think that's the game I most want to watch. Johnny Gonzalez, I'm down to come on the show. I'm finally off work during the call-in show. Johnny, send an email to me. I made a post on Patreon where you can just copy and paste my email. When it's time to have callers on, I send the invite to the email. Yo, Michael, man, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Mike Cush, too. Okay. I didn't see the weather report for the Cincinnati-Kansas City game. I'm not really into the betting over-unders either. Like, I do the show on it, but I'm not really – that wouldn't be the way I would attack Cincinnati-KC. I wouldn't be looking at the over-under. Last week, I did feel like the over-under, the bet was like Jags – and Jets. That was like the real like college fund over under this whole year, but I don't think anyone bet it. Yeah, dude, what Bovada, man, watch out for them. Watch out for Bovada, man. Fucking joke. Okay, here we go. Fade my Bears, guys. This is from Neil. Fade my Bears, guys. Laying 6 right. Giants +6 to skip. But yeah, last week the Bears were an upset to bet. I don't know about this week. I'm staying the hell away from that game. Moneyline repo. Do the Rams cover no matter who plays quarterback this week for the Ravens? I don't think so. Listen, we've been on the Rams as they've started to get better, but I just think Baltimore's got one last punch left. Is Baltimore going to play good? I don't know. But we know the Rams aren't the most consistent team in the world. I'm just looking forward to if Lamar Jackson plays. Like I said, if Lamar Jackson plays, I think the Ravens pull an upset. I don't know how they do it. There isn't a lot of science to it. I just think they pull an upset if he plays. Has anyone seen any news? It's looking like he won't play. Because didn't he like practice Tuesday or practice Wednesday? He limped around, and the next day, Thursday, he didn't practice. So, yeah, I don't know if like Lamar Jackson being 12-0 against NFC teams makes that shit doesn't make a difference, but I don't blame you for going out for the Dolphins, but you guys also have to remember, like, you don't want to be late to the train, because when you're late to the train in betting, you pay for it. You have to be the first person on the train, and you have to see the train before you have to know which train's going the right direction before you even get on it. if you know what I'm saying. And some of you guys are really always late to whatever train it is. Like, we already took all the money from a team, then you jump on. Like, when people jump on the Ravens like week 8 and week 9, listen, we already took the money from that train. We're on the new ones. So you always got to be careful about that, unless you think the Dolphins are some sort of real deal. Let me get to another Patreon question. Black Magic Lawson, give me your best 3-team 6-point teaser. I just did the teaser video. Let me, if I had to limit it down, I don't know, man. I'd probably push up Houston, probably push down Green Bay now, and I would probably, if Cleveland is healthy, I'd probably push them the other direction. I would think about pushing Cincinnati up, and I would definitely push Carolina up. Although, Carolina is really bad, but also the Saints offense is really bad. So that's where I'm at. Okay, Paulie, forget about it. Actually, Black Magic, I'll post a 3-team teaser this week. I'll post it just for you. I'll write your comment. This is from Polly. Forget about it. I like the Sopranos stuff. Do the Chiefs match up better offensively against the Cincinnati D? If so, can Burrow and the rest of the offense match the Chiefs in offensive production? So I guess my question really is the over a good way to go? Polly, don't go. Listen, I didn't go into this game thinking people wanted to bet the over. There was a guy on the comment section who just said there's going to be 20-mile-per-hour winds. And then also, I don't know if you guys remember earlier in the year when the Chiefs were struggling and everyone wanted to say oh man, Mahomes is off. Tyreek, the Thrill Hill isn't what he used to be. For me, I was looking at the offensive line play. And remember when we hit that big money pick, Chiefs against the Raiders, everyone was against us that game. And that's when the Chiefs started to take off. But, man, I still don't know if the Chiefs' offensive line is fixed. They've been playing better, but also they've been running it more. They throw a lot of quick passes, a lot of screen passes. I think Cincinnati can eat them there. I really like Cincinnati's D-line because there's no stars, and I'm not going to say like Sam Hubbard or Trey Hendrickson are awesome, but they're actually pretty good at getting a pass rush, and they have a high motor. So that's one area that I like. I'm a little bit worried about Cincinnati because one thing we know about them is some games they have the run game on offense, some games they don't have it. You need to be able to run it against the Chiefs defense because one thing the Chiefs defense has been doing really effectively, the blitzing and the zone blitzes. I don't know if there's a better blitzing team in the league right now than the Chiefs. Just look at how they're getting home. And my problem with Cincinnati's offensive line is who's going to match up with Chris Jones, and if they're able to send blitzes, if the Bengals get too predictable, we're going to get like Chris Jones matched up one-on-one against a terrible guard on the right side. So that's a problem. But yeah, man, I think it's a close game. I really like the Bengals +5. Really like it. Yes, but does that make that much of a difference? Because the Bengals have a good defense. And then also the Bengals have had big leads in games. So when you're up 30-3 on the Ravens are going to throw it. When you're up in these games, teams are going to throw it. So I think yards is a bad way to judge offenses and defenses. I just think yards is really it doesn't work. Like, look at the Saints defense. I don't even think they're all that good in yardage. They wouldn't be a top 5 defense in yardage, although could be wrong, but they're definitely a top 5 defense. Yeah, it does worry me a little bit. But also we have fucking A. Stop with the fucking fireworks. My bad. It's okay. Do you want to go to the Chargers game? The Bengals did have 3 guys out on the offensive line, so that was an issue. And with the Bengals offensive line, they're better at going forward. And we've seen the Bengals be good when they got run past balance. Like for me in this game, why I'm not that worried about it is I think the Bengals will be able to run the ball to a decent extent. Do I think they're going to pound the Chiefs or anything like that? No, absolutely not. But I actually think the Bengals will have run past balance, play action. I think that will help. Also, how much do the Chiefs even really need this game? I'm also wondering that. Rashad Penny or Chase Edmonds fantasy. That's not a good situation to be in. I'd probably go Chase Edmonds. But good luck on that one. That's not a good situation to be in. Okay, let me get to the next Patreon question. Jack Venable, you the man. How are you feeling about the Bills this week? I think they are frauds. And where do you check your weather reports? Get it. Normally, I wait for the guy with autism to post the weather reports. This week, I listen. I got Atlanta to cover. It's just pure fundamentals. It's just pure instincts. I don't know if there's any science involved. I just think plus 14.5 is too much. And one thing we've seen out of the Bills, one week they're really good, one week they're not. I don't think the Bills are consistent enough to cover that. I don't think they are. So that's where I'm at. I have to use the bathroom. I have to get some more Coke. Oh, thank you. Você escutou os fogos? Foi muito perto aqui?
Acho que tá ali.
Ah, entendi.
Então, eu só vou tirar.
Obrigado. Isso é almoço, tá bom?
Aqui vai ficar isso, viu?
Vou ser aqui 2.
Tá.
Thank you for waiting. Oh, thank you, Amir. Thank you. I try to be a legend, man. It's tough when you get to week 17, week 18, especially with all the players on protocol. But we're going to do our best. I mean, last week on Patreon, it was 2-1. I mean, every single week there seems to be a winning record on Patreon. So that's my job, man, and I try to do it to the best of my abilities. It's difficult though, especially with all this stuff going on in the NFL. Mister, Happy New Year, Lawson. Happy New Year to you too, bro. Every year we see trap games in the last 2 weeks that ruin our plays. What games do you see that are not so obvious? Washington had 4 days of rest against the boys. They get Heineke this week with a full week of practice and COVID players back. Are the Eagles on upset alert? Yeah, because the Eagles, they haven't been playing good football. Now, it's good when you get to play the Giants. It's good when you get to play against other bad teams. But I feel like, is it just me? I know we don't got a lot of Eagles watchers here, but I know we got Eagles fans here. Like, is it just me, or were the Eagles playing better football like week 8, week 9, week 10 than they are now? And that's why I got that one. But one team I think's on upset alert, and I don't want to be too brash, and we might be a week late on this one, but Houston, man, If San Fran throws the ball like over 30, 35 times, why can't Houston win this game? I mean, yeah, we're hanging in here. We're hanging in here. Yeah, dude, we're not going anywhere. We're betting. We're betting. I don't care if all the players in protocol. We're betting something. Because for me, I got until the soccer that I bet doesn't start until like January 20th, January 29th. So we're digging in this NFL trench, and I'm finding stuff to bet. Yeah, man, a lot of them. A lot of them. I just don't like that shit when it gets close to me. Like I'm not like I'm not like a war veteran or anything. I just don't like that shit when it's like close to me. So, okay. Tim, I like this bet. I like this bet. What do you think about Tampa Bay -7 in the first half? I was debating posting it on Patreon because, if I take chances on Patreon, if I don't hit, it creates controversy. So, but we always got to try new things. And I got a dude on JSEP. You guys probably seen him in the comments here. He's been doing a lot of first half betting, and he actually is pretty successful at it. Sometimes he'll ask my opinion. I'll give him my opinion, and a lot of times it's right. So I've been tracking it just to practice with it, because with Patreon, I can't practice because it's too much money at stake, too many real people at stake. But yeah, that's one I do like in the first half. And the Jets aren't a good first half team, and they're not a good second half team either. Dude, Tico, I think we gotta go Tampa Bay -14. It's way too big. The fundamentals say go Jets, but Tampa's. I mean, this Jets defense is the worst in the league, and I've been saying it all year. I don't know what the stats say, but I know they're the worst in the league. New England -15. That's one where I'm going the other way with the Jags. I just don't see that. And New Orleans -7. I'm going to get Michael Mann on later, but I don't know, bro. I just don't like that New England's -7. I could look like a complete dope when the Saints win 20-3 and the Carolina Panthers struggle with their two quarterback system, but I'm just not seeing how it's going to happen. And as the Jags head coach, man, I think they should hire. I would probably try to hire Eric Bieniemy, or I would try to hire. Fuck, man. I would hire Eric Bieniemy or Doug Peterson, but they've kind of done the Doug Peterson thing when they got Doug Marrone. But Doug Marrone was actually a pretty decent coach for them, all things considering. At this point, though, I don't think it matters who the Jags hire. Like, Shad Khan just doesn't know what he's doing. And it was fun, like, everyone blaming Urban Meyer for a few weeks, right? And acting like they're smarter than Urban Meyer, and Urban Meyer's some sort of loser, like it's funny, like seeing these journalists who look like Bugman who are like typing Urban Meyer's a loser. Like it was kind of amusing, like, and kind of ironic, right? Like you're making like $29,000 a year, like writing articles saying Urban Meyer's a loser when he literally won at Bowling Green, Utah, Florida. Where the hell didn't he win at besides Jacksonville? And no one wins at Jacksonville. And there's reasons why. Yeah, as someone who actually cares about the Jacksonville Jags, I don't know why I care about them. It's just really annoying. Yeah, I think Dan Quinn is. Didn't they already have Gus Bradley? Like Dan Quinn and Gus Bradley are kind of like the same guy, Yo, we got the fedora out. Happy New Year, fedora out. What's up, Shannon? How you doing, Shannon? Everything good with you, ma'am? No, dude. No, dude. Look at what the average journalist makes. Look at what the average journalist makes, especially sports journalists. They make like 27 to 30K a year. Like Mike Florio on Pro Football Talk probably makes 100K, but like what? Like there, it's not a profession that pays a lot. And how does that dispute anything I said? They're bugmen who never had any success in their life, and they just want to focus on people like Urban Meyer. Yeah, dude, and like they don't make money. And is 100K even good money in the United States right now? Is that good money to you in the United States? Are you fucking nuts? In California, you'd be fucking living in a tent if you're making 100K. I mean, my goodness. Fucking 300K in San Francisco, you'll be living in a studio that's the size of a fish can. That's good money. And they all have to live in gigantic cities. Yeah. Yeah. And what does it mean? Like, what? So you get paid 100K. Does that make their opinions better? Like, no, it doesn't. They don't know anything about football. But anyways, here we go. This is from, but yeah, I do think the Eagles are on upset alert. Jerry, I have to bet early as I have to be in New Jersey in order to bet. So I can't wait for the picks, but any thoughts? Bears -6, Packers -7 as straight bets. Yeah, Packers -7 makes a lot of sense. Bears -6, Jerry, you're going to be risking it, man. But Giants really suck. So it's not the worst pick in the world. It's just, does anyone know who's starting for the Bears this week? If you give me Miracle Nick Foles, it's one thing. Adding Cleveland -3.5 and Philly -3.5 to the parlay. Then teasing points with Tampa Bay and Cincy. I like it. But like I said, that Philly one gets me a little bit nervous, but they should be able to win. And also with Cleveland, man, Cleveland should be a money pick, but look at the protocols and look at the injury report before you fire the trigger on that. I wanted to go with that. So no, dude, journalists don't get housing allowances. Okay, do I have to prove you guys wrong? The average salary for a journalist is $48,000 per year. $48,000 per year, and that's not sports journalists. Let's go to sports journalists. The average sports journalist is $43,000. So, I mean, come on now. And housing allowance, stop, bro. Stop. I know someone who works at the New York Times. I know someone who works at the Los Angeles Times. They literally live in apartments with 4 or 5 other men. And then, like, they try to tell us, like, how they're living better. And, like, one specifically writes hate articles about Brazil. Like, he literally just comes in and, like, shits on Brazil. And he doesn't understand anything about the country. He's never visited the country. He just shits on Brazil. And I actually saw him one time. I'm like, bro, like, you know nothing about Brazil. Maybe you should go visit before you write about it. And he just says, like, listen, man, the bosses tell me what to write. And so that's true. Oh, dude, you're talking about people on TV. They don't write. That's not a journalist. That's someone that's like me yelling into a camera. That's not journalists. I'm talking about the people who write newspapers, like who is writing the stuff about Urban Meyer. Like, we're talking about 2 different things, man. And you're talking about the top of the totem pole. Anyways, like if Sean Hannity and Rachel Maddow are top of the totem pole, I just want out of this ride. Anyways. Yeah, man. Yeah, anyways. So I'll get off of that. Yeah, dude, this living with other men stuff, man, it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop, man. Like, yeah, okay. So okay, NFL to go. JL, who's the best and worst coach in your opinion? I think the best coach is Andy Reid, but I don't want to take an easy way out. So let me get to the best coach that no one would say. Who's the best coach that no one would? Give me a second on that. But the worst coach is Joe Judge. Everyone wanted to talk about Urban this year. Everyone wanted to talk about Robert Saleh this year. But I think it's either Saleh or Joe Judge. And I expect them to lose games. I don't expect their teams to be ultra competitive. But look at how sloppy this Giants and Jets team played this year. It's really, really pathetic, especially the Giants. And now the Giants will use injuries as an excuse, but doesn't every team have injuries? But yeah. Yeah, I started to realize this. Like, yeah, most people, like, the salaries are so low in the United States, it's ridiculous. So can someone give me an answer? Who's starting for the Bears, firstly? Okay, here we go. Yeah, dude, I feel bad for any Giants fans because it's like a great fan base. And I used to love going to Giants games. When my Vikings were in town, I used to love going there. It was so fun to go there. I would even sometimes just go to Giants, like if the Giants were playing the Eagles, just to like go to the atmosphere since I could drive there. But I would not go there now. It's really depressing. And yeah, and Shanahan's confusing, man. And I wonder how long we just keep defending Shanahan. Okay, Foles is starting. Appreciate it. Well, Keith, this actually makes sense. Like, I'm going over on the player prop for Kelsey, and I'm going under on Tyreek the Thrill Hill. One area that Cincinnati has issues is linebacking coverage, safety coverage. They like to play a lot of zone. So Kelsey, he's going to be able to maneuver freely. But I do think they shut down the Chiefs wide receivers. I don't think we see anything huge from Tyreek the Thrill here. Yeah, Scott, I was born in a place called Rome, New York. But I haven't lived there in like I was actually living there for a little while. I spent like 25 years of my life there. I'm not a huge fan of the weather, but it's good. And I eventually got jobs in Florida, so I got used to the heat. But yeah. Yo, get this money, LJ. Get this money. LJ, have a great day. All right, let's get to the more Patreon questions. Brian Ortega, do we usually bet on the playoffs as well as the Super Bowl? Yes. I will bet probably every game in the playoffs. The playoffs is the time of year when we make the most money. It's the time of year where what we do all year pays off. Like, people probably think we're crazy trying to handicap a 49ers game against the Texans week 17. People probably think like, yo, you guys are wasting your time. Why are you doing this? But it actually starts to pay off once we get to the playoffs because we know every team, we know all the matchups, and then we can go layer by layer. Sometimes during the regular season, we can't go layer by layer because there's lots of question marks. Players are late scratched, as you saw. There's nothing worse than a late scratch, man. There's nothing more to make me not want to bet than a late scratch. J-Sup, we were talking about you. write your opinion to this. I told him like how you've been betting the first half games to pretty good success this year and just experimenting with it. Someone asked the question: Tampa Bay -7 in the first half. What's your opinion, man? Since you got more of an eye for the first half than me. All right. Yeah, man, we're betting a ton of playoffs. I'm not promising on Patreon there will be a playoff bet for every single game, but I'm probably going to bet like 80, 90% of them. Terry Lejoy. Hey, John, on Tuesday when you did your spread picks, you said you really liked the under in the Titans game. Today you said you liked the over. Which is it? I like it. That was one where let's see what it is because it's been moving a little bit, bro. Let me see what it's at. 1 second. Yeah, I'm going under. Terry, I like the under, but that's not the one I want you to bet. It's not the over under I want you to bet this week. What do you mean? Luke Nesbitt, hey Lawson, how do you feel about winning margin 1 to 13 bets? Can you please elaborate a little bit more? I bet the Buccaneers. Same thing I did last year. I bet the Buccaneers. I never lived in New York City. I just lived outside of it. I'm not a big city guy. Oh, Niagara Falls, Canada. It's so funny how like the Canada side's really nice and like the United States side is like just pure like trash. Yeah, because listen to what he's saying because it is a little bit like you don't want to go too high on the first half even if it's Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's good advice from Jay Seth. Okay, let me get to the Patreon questions. But yeah, Terry, I like the under. It's just that Dolphins Tennessee game really interests me. And 39.5, 38.5, 40.5, whatever your book's saying it is, that's really low. I see like a 2017 score, if you understand what I'm saying, Terry. So it's just barely under. Adrian, hey Lawson, I'm still live in a survivor pool. What team would you pick to win straight up this week? Just the one team you would be most confident in. Bears versus Giants, Saints versus Panthers, Chargers versus Broncos, Hawks versus Lions. Hawks. I'm going Hawks. Kyle Jones. Hey Lawson, what's up, Kyle? Any games you would recommend to avoid betting this Sunday? Money line specifically? I would avoid betting Chargers, Broncos. I would avoid betting Zona and Dallas unless you got a good read on it. I would avoid betting Las Vegas. I would avoid betting Philly and Washington. Those are 3 games I want no piece of. No piece of them. I'm betting my life savings on Kansas City. Never bet your life savings on one game. Never do it. Yeah, Mike, Canada's really nice, bro. It's really nice. It's just going to be a bit too cold for your blood. So, but if you go up to like Montreal, Toronto during summer, yeah, you're going to like it. I'll be right back. I just need to take a leak. Okay. Let's go. Let's get to the rest of the Patreon questions. Okay. Zane Harding. Hey, Lawson, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Zane. I have two questions for you. First one is, did I remember you taking you guys have autism. You guys remember that. How confident are you taking the over 41? No, I'm not confident. I'm going under. I'm going under in that game. My second question is, do you think the Jets can cover plus 13 against the Bucs, or would this be a blowout? Zane, the fundamentals say, like, okay, Jets are at home, plus 13, they're going to cover. I'm going Tampa Bay, and I think Tampa Bay is going to show up and whip their ass. Now, this Jets defense is the worst in the league, and I think that's going to play it. So yeah, man. Here we go. And honestly, we'll see what the Jets are able to do on offense, and make sure you check Tampa Bay's injury report, because they got a lot of players in protocol on defense and a lot of players on injury report on defense. So just watch that. I saw it today. It didn't look too bad, but you're going to have to go look at that for yourself. Zachary Hart. I'm thinking Washington money line for the upset. Defensive line is back. Yeah, man. But when I heard 2 quarterback system, I started not liking that. Yep, Kirk Cousins is out, man. So what you gonna do, man? Viking season was over anyways. I really didn't want them to get into the playoffs. Send me an email. I think I'm going to get Michael Mann on. I got some other people who want to come on, but everyone backs out last minute. Send an email, because that's the easiest way for me to invite you. Okay, let me get to the Patreon questions. This is from Sean Moore. What's up, Sean? Each week there has been a trap game that few saw coming. I anticipate that continues, as it's good for Vegas. What you see as a trap game of the week? Okay, I agree, because I think the trap game is New England Jacksonville, and it's not because I think Jacksonville's getting better. I just don't see how New England covers the minus 15. That's one I see as a trap. And then another one I see as a trap is people taking points with the Lions. Like with Goff out, man, I think Seattle with this minus 7, they take it. And that's not a sexy one to do. I'm sure most of the money is going to be on Detroit plus 7. But I'm considering Detroit plays to cover games. Last week against Atlanta, they literally played to cover the game. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. No, Mike, I got your email already. Hold up. JSEP hit me up on Instagram. Let me see. Oh, JSEP wants to come on. All right, yo, JSEP, I'm going to get you on, man. Okay, here we go. Let me just get through the Patreon questions. John Giovanazzo. Hey, John, love the energy you bring to the show. Any thoughts on the cotton and orange ball? I think Georgia's going to win, but I'm not an expert in college football, so my girl probably has a better chance to pick the game than me. I will be watching it, though. Ryan, I'd like to come on the show. Let's get this money. Yo, Ryan, I tried hitting you up, man. I want to get a lot of people on today. Here we go. Okay. Let me just. Okay, JSAP, I'm going to send you an invite, and I'm going to get Michael Mann on. Hey, John, love your energy, and thanks for moving the live show to early noon. Now about the Bengals, if you look at their games against the 49ers and against the Broncos and Chargers, they didn't score many points at all, and actually very, very little. Don't you think that the Bengals only take advantage when they're against a weak defense like the Ravens in Pittsburgh? But, okay, that's a complicated question. I yeah, but you're not going to score a ton of points in this league every week. And that San Fran game, San Fran needed to go to overtime to beat them, and San Fran was playing a lot better ball. Like, listen, like, is the Bengals offense as good as people think it is? Probably not. I mean, they just had a big week against the depleted Ravens team, so I'm not buying that much on it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start inviting some people. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, man, and hold up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna get a ton of people on today, so I'm happy you guys want to come on. It's always good to get some new blood. Okay, I got one invite out. Let's see, and yeah, definitely, Tony, we're gonna get you on. All right. How are Bengals against the spread? But doesn't matter. But doesn't matter though, Kevin, because every week's different. But I actually think they probably have a pretty good record this year against the spread. If I had a guess, but that changes every week. Like if Vegas is doing a good job, every team should finish the year like 8-8, like 7-9. Like it should be somewhat equal as the year goes on. Yeah, like I get it, and I think that's where all the money's going to be. But they do have Tim Boyle, and the Seahawks suck, man, and the Seahawks aren't playing good football. But there does come a certain point where Seahawks almost beat the Rams. Seahawks at least are competitive in games, and listen, the Lions, they're not playing to win the game. They're playing to cover. Like, did you see that game against Atlanta last week? Like, it's 20-13. There's 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Detroit only has 2 timeouts, okay? They're at, like, Atlanta's 7 to 8 yard line, and they kicked the field goal to make it 20-16. Okay, let's – Yo, J-Stop, what's up, man?
Yo, how we doing? Good to see you.
It's been a long time, man, because I've always seen you fucking through Instagram, so it's different seeing you in person.
Yeah, for real. Happy New Year.
Dude, Happy New Year, man. Are you still working the first half bets?
Oh, you know it. My last one was on the Niners against the Titans. I flip-flop. I had Niners first half, Titans full game, so that worked out kind of well.
Makes sense, bro. And what are you betting this week?
To be honest, I took Rams -3 early with me just thinking that Lamar's not playing. So that's my risk there. I do like the Bengals with you. Another thing I do like a lot is the Titans. I do like the Titans a lot this week.
Yeah, man. Like I want to just go on into like the Titans one. Like at a certain point, and I did try to give this analogy. At what point are people going to just admit they were late to the Dolphins? And once they play a real team, I want to see what happens, man, because for me, I don't think the Dolphins can stop the run. And I think that's going to be the main battle in this game. Can the Dolphins stop the run? I don't think they will. Saffold coming back for the Titans, that's going to help. This Titans defense is nasty. And I know the Dolphins defense is nasty, but man, that's where I'm at. I just think the Titans defense is better than the Dolphins defense as well. Like,
no, yeah. And I was looking at the first half. So there's not too much that I've been liking lately. But one thing that I kind of looked at was the Colts first half. I'm kind of intrigued with that one.
Because it's good to jump on them first half, because one thing the Colts do this year, they always come out and get points on the first possession. And if you get points in the first possession, dude, it's going to help you no matter what. I did see some people were talking Raiders upset. I mean, I don't know where they're getting the feel. Is Wentz officially out?
Let me check.
Yeah, because I don't know if Wentz is officially out. I mean, so that's where I'm at with.
Yeah, no, same here. I didn't think he was officially.
Yeah, and people are saying like Tennessee has a lot of people on the list. It's just it's to the point where almost every team has people on the list.
I mean, on my fantasy app, he says out. It says out, but
yeah, they said it's only like five days now, so that's where I'm at, bro. Yeah, and what else did you? What else are you? So with the Cincinnati game,
This would be catastrophic. This
hold up with the Cincinnati game, man. Are you going Cincinnati money line or Cincinnati with the points?
I'm going with the points. It actually has been moving down a little bit. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line. I do like them a lot this week, and with you. I've been riding the Chiefs since that game against. I was fading them, started riding when they got hot, and I think it's about time to switch.
Because, dude, because we hit one team we got the right timing for was the Chiefs. Because remember when everyone thought they were done? Like, what was it, like week 7, week 8 in that area? Everyone thought they were done, and
Yeah, no.
I remember one time I posted a Chiefs bet on Patreon. I got so much shit for it. You would act like I'm like taking like the Jags,
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, man.
No, yeah, I do like the Bengals this week. I'm looking forward to Chase and Higgins going off. Hopefully, I got them both on my fantasy roster, but that aside, I do like them a lot. What do you think about the Niners this week,
bro? I actually think the Texans are going to cover.
Yeah, I mean, no, I like the Houston side. It's because Trey Lance is starting too. I'm not sure if you know that.
They made it official.
No,
but makes sense. I trust you. I trust you on that.
Fantasy-wise, he's playing.
Yeah, man, and remember Trey Lance against Arizona. I don't know if anyone watched that game. I know you're out west, so you're more likely to watch it. I watched that game, and Trey Lance actually wasn't that bad, but he's not going to do anything throwing the ball. And the problem with Shanahan is, man, he doesn't want to run the ball. And even when Trey Lance was in there, he wasn't like running shit like read option. He wasn't using any like power trays like Baltimore does. He wasn't doing anything. It was the same as Jimmy G, man. I like the Texans in that one, bro.
You know another game I've been looking at too that I kind of like? It's the Washington side. I need to look at the injury report, but I do kind of like them this week. I like them originally against Philly 2 weeks ago or whenever they played. They had too many damn injuries and shit, but I mean, you can't. It is what it is. The injuries and stuff. This, how the season's been going. But I do look for a bounce back this week.
Yeah, dude. For me, I'm so nervous to bet them. If you bet Washington, you got balls to steal. But sometimes you need balls to steal in this, and you can't let other people sway you off. If I let people sway me off bets this year, I'd be like down money. So, but with Washington, here's something I heard. I don't know if it's true. This is one thing that's a red flag when I start hearing this shit. Like I said, I don't know if it's true. I started hearing Riverboat Ron talk about the 2 quarterback system. That he's going to work Kyle Allen in there with Heineke. Whenever I hear that, I just shut down.
That's fair. I mean, it hasn't been working well in Carolina. Like you want to stick to one dude. You don't want to keep switching up the game. Like guys coming out, guys getting cold. Like stick with one guy.
It's disrespectful, and it's not college football. Like, it's NFL. You go with one dude. If you don't want the other dude in, you actually have to confront him and tell him, like, listen, you're not good enough. You're sitting down instead of, like, the switching quarterbacks. I never thought I would see it in NFL. I saw it with Steve Spurrier. I thought he was going to, like, be an example, but it is what it is. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then my favorite bet of the week, which is no longer my favorite bet, was going to be the Vikings +7. I was about to take that, and Kirk is out, I guess.
I don't even know what to expect out of Calvin Mond because he actually didn't even get to play too much during preseason because he didn't take so there's not a lot on him.
Yeah, I like the Vikings a lot. That's 7 points. Like that's too many points. But
especially because the thing with the Packers is they're kind of like in job mode.
Yeah.
Like, do they even want to beat anyone's ass?
They haven't really beat up on any teams lately. They've been playing close games.
Yeah, dude, and that's where I'm at with the Packers. Like, I'm regretting the Super Bowl pick of them. Like whenever I did it, because yeah, the Rams thing was cute. Yeah, that was fun to troll some people. But outside of that, like you said, like what have they done? It's just I don't know, man.
Let me ask you a question now. I did place earlier. I placed a future on the Bills to win the division. I needed the Colts to beat the Pats. The Bills beat the Pats. Got that done. Cool. Now I took the Browns plus 500 to win the division. I wanted to know it's a little shot.
It's how many games are the Bengals up on them? Bengals got to be up at least.
They're up 2 games. Pretty much what has to happen is Bengals need to lose to the Chiefs this week. And then the next week, the Browns play the Bengals. If they can beat them that game, that gives them the division. Oh, the Browns have to beat the Steelers this week, which I think happens.
Dude, you already made your money with the Bills because the Bills one's going to come true. You got greedy there. No, that's not.
I've been doing good. Like it's not. If I lose it, it's no biggie. But like, it's just another one of those shots. I mean, I think it can happen.
I think it can happen too, but the problem with the Browns is, listen, Browns against the Steelers this week. I don't know how you feel about the Steelers. I know you watch a ton of film. Unfortunately, I've watched a lot of the Steelers. This should be a money pick. It should be a college fun game. But that's where we're at with the Browns. That they got like a top 7, top 5 roster in this league. We can have a discussion, but I'm sure you're in that same range. And we got Baker Mayfield here, and he's so damn bad. I don't know how to even react to it. I'm probably going to have to bet the Browns, man, just out of pure stubbornness. But damn, this Baker Mayfield's a fucking joke.
Nah, for real, dude. I had him last week with the Packers against the Packers. Yeah, against the Packers. He covered the spread, but damn, that game was gross.
It should have been a game I should have been able to post on Patreon. I was able to post the Colts, and I had the Browns plus 7 all week, but I can't, under good consciousness, post that with what a joke Baker Mayfield is.
Right, and liability.
Dude, and why doesn't Case Keenum get a chance? I know you're not Stefanski, but why? What does Case Keenum have to do to get a chance? That's what I don't get.
Yeah. But no, you're right, though. They do have, on paper, one of the best rosters in this league. Like, it's hard to go against them. Like, they have fundamentally a great team.
Dude, best offensive line in the league. I don't even think there's a debate. No one even tries to debate me on that. Fucking 2 thoroughbreds with a 3rd thoroughbred if the 2 are hurt at running back. You got a sick tight end. You got 2 dogs at wide receiver. Like, Peoples-Jones is actually, I would take him above Odell Beckham. I don't want to go into that debate, but I really would. Like, him and Landry are nasty. And here's the thing. Pittsburgh quietly has one of the worst run defenses in this league. The Browns, they could throw it 17 times and win this game, but for some reason, I think they're going to throw it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, they've definitely been disappointing, man. But
yeah, bro.
I take a shot. We'll see if it happens. Pretty much, yeah. All that needs to happen is Bengals need to lose, Browns need to win, and then it comes down to the next week.
Yeah. Any last words, Jay Sap? Are you betting the Browns on Sunday?
I think I'm just gonna lay off since I did the future. I might just lay off.
Yeah.
And then just wait. But yeah. I mean, we'll see though, because right now it's at 2.5, and I do like that.
It's down to 2.5.
On my book, it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Yo, appreciate the information. Send me a message if you're on any first half bets.
Will do.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Later.
J-Sop, fucking the first half legend. betting first half. And I actually like his philosophy of betting the first half just because it's interesting, man. And it's a way to avoid like some of the noise, some of the bad calls. Because if you think about it in an NFL game, a lot of the bad calls happen in the second half. It's just think about it. Like, and I know there's more of a microscope on the second half, but I really think that's when shit gets out of control in NFL games where you can really get screwed up the bung, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to invite another person on. All right, I'm going to invite Adam on. And Michael, man, I'm getting you on after this. I'll just send you the invite now, Michael, man. And once this guy's off, if Michael Mann's still around, Michael Mann's got a busy schedule today. Oh shit, I almost X'd off of it. Okay, good. Yeah, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Let me see if we have any more questions on Patreon. I don't like missing them. I gotta get some soda. Man. 1 second. I'll be right back. Just like let's take a 1 minute. Yo, Johnny, you gotta send me. You sent me the email. Okay, I didn't see. Did you send the email earlier in the day? Oh, okay. I see it. I see you. I see you. Like follow con el Instagram todo, mas algumas pessoas elas são tímidas. Mas elas finalmente yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got yo Adam. What's up, bro?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Dude, I'm awesome. I like the chain, man.
I appreciate it, man. So I live in Kansas City. Been following you for a few months, and Missouri doesn't have sports betting yet. So every time you have to make a bet, I got to go down to Iowa, which is okay because my kids live in Omaha, so it's on the way. I make my bet, pick up the kids, bring them here. I've been doing this throughout the whole season, and I've been listening to your story, man. I got to give you props. You did something I've been scared to do, which is go where your heart is, man. You packed up and you went to Brazil, and that's on my list. I've been going to Mexico a lot, so I'm this close to doing what you're doing, man. Selling everything and getting the F out of here. Because my money, I just got my military pension. You can't live a good life here, like you said, with $4,000 or $5,000. You can't. You know,
it's a joke, right? Because that's a lot of money, right?
It should be a lot of money, you know. You live in Brazil, $2,000 is giving you a life of someone who makes $10,000. I mean, let's just be honest.
It is, bro,
Yeah.
and that's a problem, man. And then also, like, I don't want to give advice about kids, but it sounds like there's a divorce situation. I don't want to go where you don't want to go.
It's resolved. It's been over. So my kids are teenagers now. So,
bro, and honestly, people are going to think I'm the sickest fuck for saying it, but I gotta say it.
Go for it.
It's messed up, dude, to give up on your kids. but I'm a really good person, and I'm an honest person. I couldn't do the divorce game, man. I could not play that game, and I would get out of Dodge, unfortunately. But maybe I'm not a quality person, and that's crazy to say, but I need a little bit of control in this shit, you know. And in the United States, you don't have control if you're a dad and you're in like a divorce situation. But bro, and then like the thing you can do is just practice the language in your free time, and then you'll be good, man.
You know, I want to add something to what you just said, and I need every gentleman that's sitting here listening to this, man. I had to fight tooth and nail just to see my kids. There was a period a few years back, I was sleeping in my car because all my money was going to my attorney so I can just see my kids. And not only that, it took 9 months. I was in the military with secret clearance. You know, you can't get a secret clearance if you have anything on your record. So imagine a dude that's in the military with a secret clearance having to fight tooth and nail just to see his kids. That's the system we live in, man. Anyhow, my kids are doing well. I'm doing okay. And I'm in that place in my life. There's something missing. And I think it's the sun and the senorita, man. I want to get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, listen, like my girl, like she brings me sodas when I'm recording. I don't need to ask for any of that stuff. And yeah, man, it's and like, dude, and Michael Mann's asking what the VA is doing. Dude, Mike, the VA, dude, they fuck these guys. And like, you go to California. Last time I was in California, because I like talking to homeless people. And a lot of them, they were in the military before, and they're just like discarded, bro. But at least you know that. You know, and yeah.
So anyhow, we'll talk some football, man.
Let's talk football. We don't want, but anyways, it's good because they need this message, man. Because
they do, man. And you know what? There's a lot of men out here that are in my boat. They're on the edge of. They're looking for that happiness, man. And the reason I like you, man, is you packed up and you said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." And that takes courage, man. And that's why I respect you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, because man, like I can't play by the rules of this game. Like it's crazy. And the thing you said about attorney fees is like the dirtiest thing in the world. But yeah,
they're scams. Anyhow, before I forget, where do you bet in Brazil? Do you like what website do you use?
I use my bookie, but I can. The good thing about Brazil is there's little like storefronts, like there's small like little rectangles. You can go in and bet. So,
okay, so it's like England. I used to go to England a lot. You can just walk into a William Hill, make your bet, and leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
So I put some good money, man. This is vacation money, Mexico money. Here I come. I took the over on the Bengals Chiefs. I think Kansas City puts up 28-33 points, and Cincinnati keeps it close. That's my my intake.
That's and because I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I do too.
And if you got two good teams in a close game, when it gets to the fourth quarter, it pushes towards over. For me, I would not touch the over-under in that game. Someone was trying to come in and say, 20-mile-per-hour winds. Nah, bro, I'm not really getting scared about that. Because you're, like, in Kansas City right now, right?
Correct. I am, yes.
So, like, you know the weather, it's not going to be that bad.
I gotta agree with you. I just you know when you wake up on a Monday and you're looking at Sunday's bets and there's just one bet that just you gotta do it. This was one of them, man. And hopefully my intake is right. But other than that, man, you enjoy your Sunday. Happy New Year's, and man, Brazil. One day I might see you down there, man.
Oh, dude, you gotta come down. And where I'm at is cheap. And listen, I'm thinking about. People are going to think it's a pyramid scheme, but honestly, I'm thinking about just us grouping money together and starting like a big hotel. But yeah,
I would love to come. I've never been to Brazil, and it looks like you picked a location that's low key, which is even better. I don't like the crowds. I don't like with the craziness, you know. So
I fucking hate crowds.
Yes, me too, man.
Yeah.
So,
all right, bro.
We'll stay in touch, man.
Yeah, dude, thanks for coming on, man, and good luck with that over.
All right, brother. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, and people loved your confidence, dude. They were like, "Oh shit, they're betting over now."
Yeah, let's do it, man. You got to do it, man. Have a good one now.
All right, dude. Have a good
Thanks.
one. All right, let's get Michael Mann. And Tony, I'm getting you on. Let me get Michael Mann on. Did I send Michael Mann? Let me see. Okay, yeah. If Carson Wentz is out, do you still like the Colts? No. That is something that really worries me, especially if like Sam Ehlinger is the starter. We weren't able to see a lot of him during the preseason. It's kind of like a similar situation with Kellen Mond. Jay Loyalty, what about the Colts, bro? Championship or not? No, I don't think so, bro. Here's the thing. If I'm looking at a dark horse, I think I would roll with Tennessee if they get Henry back. But I think the Chiefs are still able to work out of the AFC. And we'll see what the Bengals can do, man, because they got a big test against the Chiefs this week. We'll see what they're able to do. Michigan money line. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's get Michael Mann in here. I'm getting everyone on today. So, but what do you mean? Like, are you? I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go pretty hard. But the problem with the Packers is they don't want to kick anyone's ass. I feel like they're saving stuff for playoffs. And I felt like that in years previous, but the point was they just weren't really good. It's just they're in a weak division. I actually think the Packers are better this year. This is the best Packers team version of the Packers I've seen in 6, 7, 8 years. But are they really ready for the playoffs right now? Yeah, man. What's the over-under on Rodgers' packing yards? An escape man Lawson. I foresee Steelers winning on a Sunday night. Ben Roethlisberger's last home game as a Steeler. You chose the Browns. Yeah, bro. We can get sentimental with it, and that's all well and good. I just know the Steelers, they can't stop the run. They can't pass block. And one bet I did lose this year was Tennessee against the Steelers a few weeks back, but I don't really feel bad about it. I don't really feel bad about it. And I sent you guys the invite, so it's there when you're ready to come on. Justin Barker, Happy New Year's, brother. I appreciate all your hard work. You too, Justin. You too, man. I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate everyone on Patreon. Lawson, I've been watching since last year the GOAT. I appreciate you, Luke. Normally I work and miss the live streams, but luckily I could tune in today. Yeah, man, it's good being with you guys, man. And yeah, there's just a lot of people always having the work, and I understand. That's kind of like what our last caller was talking about. Like 4 or 5 G's is nothing. And you just have to constantly work. Luckily for me, my work is betting on YouTube, so I'm glad you could be on today. I'm gonna try to do more during the year. Yeah, dude, Johnny, come on. I'm just waiting for Michael Mann. Where's Michael Mann at? Where the fuck is he? Okay. Tim C. I live in Boston. I have to drive to either New Hampshire to use DK Sportsbook or Rhode Island. Dude, what's up, Mike?
What's going on?
Dude, I like the fucking cabinets in the kitchen, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm using my computer today, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's just easier than holding my phone, and it has better camera, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
It's a lot better.
Yeah, we'll see if it stays connected, bro.
Yo, dude, and just let me ask you one thing. Am I crazy for leaning towards the Panthers +7 against the Saints?
Yes, I think so. Look, I'm a Panthers fan. You know I would love nothing more than to see us destroy the Saints, but I don't see it happening. And the biggest reason is Sean Payton is a coach who can instill pride in his team. You know they're actually going to come out and play for you. I don't know if there's any unit in the league like giving more effort at the moment than the Saints defense. I mean, they're getting nothing from the other side of the ball. It's December. They're getting nothing from the offense, and they come out there and compete every possession week after week after week, and they just get nothing from the offense. Meanwhile, the Panthers have packed it in. They're done. Like, they're not fighting at all, and they're not playing. You can go back and watch them like week 2, week 3. The effort they were putting in, they were playing at a much higher level, giving a lot more effort than they were at that point than they are now. And you can just see that watching the game. So that's my biggest reason. I think Sean Payton's actually going to come out, have a good game plan, actually have his team motivated, and the Panthers just aren't because Matt Rule's a fraud. So,
are they doing the 2-quarterback system again this week?
No, and here's the other thing. So Matt Rule named Sam Darnold the starter. So by that metric, I actually like them. I like the Saints to cover now. Like, I almost think it's a money pick because, with Cam, if Cam were in here, Cam is beef with the Saints. So, he would come in here and actually give you a competent effort. The team actually rallies around Cam. They actually respect him as a leader. No one respects Sam Darnold anymore. And you can just see that. I mean, we've seen clips of him getting yelled at on the sideline by Robbie Anderson, by DJ Moore, because he can't hit him or he's just getting flustered way too easy in the pocket. You've called him Michael Vick because he runs out of there before he even gets hit. He's just not good. And Cam, he's not the best either, but at least he can rally a group, and at least you're going to get effort at him for his legs, and it's the Saints, so he's going to put up a fight. Sam Darnold just isn't. So I really like the -7 here.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude.
And I hate to say it. This is painful for me to say, but
because when you look, we don't need to talk about that game. I think you just summed up that game. I don't even need to respond, but dude, Sam Darnold, what a joke. He's really like more annoying than Josh Rosen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm going to be happy when Sam Darnold's not in this league anymore. Yo, what other games are you looking at, man?
I got Bills versus Falcons, and is it just me or is this Bills -14.5 too much? In my opinion,
it's way too much, bro.
Are the Falcons really 14 points worse than the Bills?
No.
And even if they're not, the Bills are an inconsistent unit. They don't always. Well, okay, if the Bills came out and they tried to kill the Falcons, then yes, I could see them covering that. But the Bills, I've noticed this a lot, and I noticed this when we played them. They tend to start games slow and then just pull away in the second half, and you're not going to get a 15-point win when you're doing that most of the time, especially when the other team has people, like Kyle Pitts and Cordero Patterson who can put up points on their own. So I really like Atlanta to cover. The only reason you don't bet this game is because it's the Falcons.
Yeah, key word, because it's the Falcons. And like last week, I had the Falcons back, of course, that didn't go that well. But I'll bet the Falcons this year, 3-1 on Falcons bets, and I'm actually thinking about putting it on. Now I gotta see what's going on with the injuries and all that. But I agree completely with what you said. And since when has Buffalo become last year's Buffalo Bills? Last year's Buffalo Bills, they were covering everything, especially at home. It's just I don't know why people are still back on the Buffalo train.
Well, because they beat the Patriots. They beat the Patriots, so now they think they're the kings of the AFC.
Yeah. And the Patriots aren't really all that good.
No, and they've really slowed down the last couple of weeks. I do this. I don't think they're gonna have any trouble with the Jags, though. I know you were talking about that. No, because the Patriots can run the ball.
15.5 though.
Oh, okay. All right, 15.5. I can see the Jags getting a pity cover there. They'll get their garbage time in, but they're not winning.
No, because we were promised. Not that there's any Jags fans watching, but we were promised that, this without Urban, it would give everyone a boost. Oh, these guys just hate Urban so much. That's why they're not playing good. Bro, they're actually playing worse than before. I don't know if anyone saw that Jags film, but that might have been one of the worst played NFL games and coaching games I've seen from the Jags. It's just
from
bad.
Both sides. Both teams were not very good. Zach Wilson tried. I'll give credit. Zach Wilson actually had a pretty decent game, but everyone else in that game was just horrible. But the other thing is, I can't say their intern's name. Darren Bevel. I always forget. I think that's his name, right? Darren Bevel? Yeah, he's terrible. He's worse than Urban Meyer. It's one thing when you have, an actual like a good, respected coach coming in and taking over that head coach role. But Darren Bevel's not it.
No, Darren Bevel, he's always been in perfect situations. Like, he used to be offensive coordinator for Green Bay when they had Favre. They wouldn't let him call plays. He was offensive coordinator with Favre in Minnesota. They didn't let him call plays. He was offensive coordinator in Seattle. He always positions himself in good areas, man.
Smart. And he picked Jacksonville to go to?
Yeah, I don't – yeah.
Breaking the trend there.
But the luster kind of like rubbed off because eventually
Yeah.
he had to start making decisions as an offensive coordinator and didn't go well.
Yes, and he has not been a good play caller this year at all, I've noticed for them.
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer was even – I mean, not that Urban Meyer is a credible source, but even he was like crapping on him before he got fired. So
Yeah. And
rightfully
like,
so.
And Urban should have came in, man, and did a lot of things different. But I don't think the only thing that concerned me about all the stuff they were saying at Urban was saying that he didn't put in the time. I actually don't think he put in enough time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he's still better than Darren Bevel.
Mm-hmm. And at least Urban Meyer tried to go out and like bring a bunch of different NFL people together. Matt Rule, what he did, I don't mean to bring it back to Matt Rule, but he just brought all his friends from Baylor to the Panthers. So
Yeah, Matt Rule's a joke, bro.
yeah, I can't stand him.
Like, it's honestly a tie between Matt Rule and Joe Judge for worst coach in this league. You might have to lean towards Matt Rule though, with like the 2 quarterback junk he was trying to pull these last 2 weeks.
And just go watch one of his press conference. I mean, he's literally a clown in there. Like, you will get, if you want a stupid quote, you will get a Matt Rule stupid quote every week. He tried to compare himself to Jay-Z last week. Like, he's terrible.
Did you? Yeah, but here's the thing with Matt Rule. Like, doesn't he look really, really sloppy though? Like,
he looks like a walrus. That's what Panthers fans have been saying. We've been calling him the walrus on Instagram.
Yeah, but he looks like a guy, that person who like smokes cigarettes. They wake up at 3 a.m, then they throw on some like sweats to go pick up some cigs at the gas station. That's how he looks when he prepares for a game. It's not good, man.
Yeah, and if you ever watch him on the sideline, he's always just like, look at the scoreboard, like adjusting his headset, looking like he's sweating, can't stand being in the heat. You never see him like Bill Belichick. When crap goes wrong for Bill Belichick, you see him running around, yelling at the refs, talking to his players, making adjustments. Matt Rule's like this the whole game, just sitting there, scratching his neck, fixing his headset, looking like, oh crap, we're losing again. Like, it just describes the state of the team.
What do you think about Cincinnati KC?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we gotta get on topic, but I think the Chiefs win. I'm staying away from this purely because the Bengals are inconsistent. I think honestly, if it stays at -4.5, which is what I have it at right now, I'd probably take the Chiefs to win and cover. I do worry about coaching in this game though, because I feel like if Andy Reid actually comes out guns a-blazing and he pulls out all the tricks he has in his hat and goes crazy with the fake screens and the crazy bootlegs and all that, I think they'll get this win by like 7 points at least if they come out and actually try to kill the Bengals. But if the Bengals actually show up and they look like they did last week on like all cylinders hitting, T. Higgins does not get enough credit, by the way, for what he's doing. Like, everyone talks about Jamar Chase, but T. Higgins has been killing it. I just had to say that because
and Jamar Chase stopped playing around week 8, week 9, and then T. Higgins has been carrying this team the whole like pretty much second half of the season.
Yeah, and no one talks about him.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I don't get it.
I was following the Bengals like midway through the year at one point after Jamar Chase fell off, and I was seeing like, okay, Burrow's playing well, but Chase is getting no yards. Where is all this production coming from? And it was just all T. Higgins like the whole way. Like, he's been pulling this train by himself with Joe Burrow, 2 wins like as they did last week against the Ravens. So just had to say that I think Chiefs win cover. I also just don't know who blocks Chris Jones, because like even though like I've noticed the Bengals O-line, they don't pass block too well. Like even last week against the Ravens, Burrow just does a really good job of getting the ball out like fast when he needs to, and you don't want to consistently have to bet on that.
Yeah,
So,
they're not good at pass blocking, and that's why like they really need the run pass balance.
Yes.
But yeah, man, it's not like the worst offensive line in the league though. But
no.
it's
Yeah,
not
they're
great.
way worse. Trust me. But that's why I got the Chiefs to win. I just think they're going to come out, play. Their coaches are going to have a better game plan than the Bengals will. And I think Chris Jones is going to have a good day on their side.
What other games are you looking at?
Broncos at Chargers is the one I had. I think the Broncos can win this. Like, I know it's scary betting Teddy against Justin Herbert, but I don't mean to. When I see division rivalries and like I see the second game, I like to look back at the first game, and I think that can like help get an idea. The Broncos can actually run the ball pretty well. Like that's something we've noticed this year. The Chargers' run defense sucks. Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon have been going off lately, and the Broncos actually have a good pass defense, which is how you beat the Chargers. They match up really well with LA, and I think when you gave me 6 points, I think I can take Denver there.
I think Drew Lock's playing, though, but does it even make a difference? Because they kind of just level each other
Yes,
out.
I do believe Drew Lock is playing. That's the only concern. If Drew Lock throws a pick six that you're not going to get from Teddy, I mean, that could easily just kill it right there.
It could. Yeah, but and for me, like the more this week goes on, the more I'm kind of liking Denver as well. Although, like, eventually Herbert's got to take over. You would think so.
Yeah.
But,
You would think they'll have a late surge here, but I mean, you don't know if that team, man.
Because technically Denver's still in the playoff hunt, right?
Technically, yes. Though
Okay.
it seems like last week's loss to the Raiders kind of knocked them out. And that's at least the attitude from what I've seen among the fans.
As it should, bro, because, yeah, and, like, there's one other game I definitely wanted your opinion on. Miami, Tennessee. Am I seeing something different here? Like, are the Dolphins really for real?
I do like the Dolphins. I'm not going to go either way with this game. This is why I'm just going to forfeit because I don't want to be wrong here because I have honestly no idea what the heck's going to happen.
It's actually a good game, man.
It is. It's a very even matchup, I think, on both sides because both the sides have like an average quarterback. They both have really good defenses and a subpar running game. At least the Titans do without Derrick Henry. I mean, even now it's not bad, but still, no Derrick Henry's no Derrick Henry. But honestly, I'd probably go. I didn't think about this game. I'll probably go Dolphins. That's where I'm at right now. I think they're just playing more discipline. And I can trust them more at the moment. And I actually, you're gonna kill me for this, but I think Mike Vrabel, like legit, might be my top 5 for Coach of the Year.
Oh no, I agree. Actually.
If you look at what he's done with all the injuries they've had, like it's very impressive. Like they've kind of been like the Steelers where they're not that good on paper, but they just find ways to get wins.
Dude, here's why I give credit to Mike Vrabel, and here's why I'm going Tennessee. It's kind of the same rationale. Dude, this Titans defense is top 5 in the league. I don't know what the stats say, and I know they don't have a good pass rusher, so they don't have the fundamentals I like out of a defense, like when Bud Dupree's your best pass rusher. But for instance, man, they tackle better than anyone else. They play faster than anyone else. And I've just been really impressed with this defense. Remember, like for 3-4 years, people have been trying to hype up the Titans defense, but in reality, it's fugazi. Like, it's actually legit defense this year, so I'm not going to even laugh. Like, I kind of agree.
Yeah, he's been spectacular. And I will say, like, a lot of people trash on the Dolphins and, like, who they've played, but, I mean, 7 straight wins is 7 straight wins.
But all the AFC East teams have had easy schedules. Like, this AFC East schedule has been ridiculous. I don't want to go through it right now, but, yeah, 7 wins is 7 wins. There's nothing to snuff at. Although, like, beating the Giants and beating the Jets 2 times.
Yeah, sleeping against the Jets is bad. I get why people are saying they're bad, but, I mean, they've still put in some really good performances, and they're well coached. Like, you can see that right now. Like, that's probably my top pick. If I'm going, like, my head coach or my coach of the year, it's probably Bill Belichick, Brian Flores, Mike Vrabel. That's at least, like, straight to memory or straight to head. That's what I've been thinking.
That's interesting. Yeah, dude, and what do you think about here's one game. Okay, let me get it.
Oh,
let me read it right. Houston at San Fran.
I don't know. We just don't know what we're gonna get out of Trey Lance. Isn't the spread huge though? Like I saw it was like -10. That might have been wrong, but isn't it a big spread?
Let's see what it's up to right now. Okay, open at plus 15. Right now it's plus 12.5. I mean, I actually think Trey Lance is an upgrade. So in the crazy way that I think it'll make the 49ers run the ball more.
I mean, I agree with you, but I need to see it transpire first. Like, I think, obviously we know Trey Lance's upside is a lot better than Jimmy Garoppolo's, but we haven't seen that yet. And Houston's been a dangerous team quietly for like the last couple of weeks. I mean, Davis Mills has been probably playing better than any rookie quarterback for like the last.
Those deep throws he was making.
Those no one talks about him.
Yeah, those are the deep throws I try to make on you and Matt, and then you just pick them off. Like it's crazy some of the throws he's been making, man.
Yeah, he's been absurd this year. So if it's minus 12, I'd have to bet Houston just playing it safe. But I mean, I could see the Niners pulling them out. I know I'm going like both ways on this, but it's hard when with all this COVID stuff and with quarterbacks coming in and out, it's hard to make a defined sure money pick right now.
Yeah, are you betting any games this week, or are you just waiting to the playoffs?
I've stayed away. Like I'm done for the year. This COVID stuff has gotten out of hand for me.
It has gotten out of hand.
Yeah, I have like my paper here where I just keep track of like my predictions and stuff, like for the Panthers and some other teams, but for next year. But I mean, this COVID stuff is so crazy. People are getting people are testing positive the day of the game. It's hard to really track or make a sound bet. And I don't know if you play fantasy, but fantasy's been hell this year trying to keep up with all the COVID crap.
It's no fun, man. It's and that's why I've been like on Patreon. I've been limiting it to like 3 bets. Last week was 2-1, but it's tough to even find 3 games to bet because I don't want these last minute scratches. Like I hate that.
And honestly, like if I were you, I'd be waiting until Sunday morning to post bets, which I know it's kind of a coward's way out. But I mean, how else are you going to do it and be confident?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because at least the people on Patreon, they're pretty cool. They understand. But yeah, man. And like, I'm afraid to even use the C word on YouTube because I'm afraid it's going to shadow ban me. It's like, it's crazy.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Is that why you've been referring to it as the disease for like the last 2 months?
Yeah. And dude, they're just going all out with it. And I think one time, like I was making a joke about like people taking and then fainting, and then that didn't. I suffered on YouTube for 2 weeks. Luckily, I got back up. So
that sucks, man. Yeah, it's rough. I'll tell you this. I feel very good about the Saints beating us by more than 6.5 this week.
Okay, money pick.
Yeah, if I had to pick one. I mean, obviously it's my own team, so like say what you will. But the Panthers are so. I mean, we're not going to have Shaq Thompson. We're not going to have Brian Burns. We're not going to have Hassan Reddick. Like that's our 3 best defensive players right there, arguably. And the main thing you need to do is stop Alvin Kamara. And even if the Panthers coaching staff plays it smart and does things to stop him, like put Jeremy Chin in the box, which they should do, actually play bare fronts. Even if they do that, like it still won't be enough. And I think Alvin Kamara is going to be the X factor in that game. And that's why I think the Dolphins will beat us by more than 7.
Is Taysom Hill playing?
Yes, that's what I've heard. He's off the COVID list. He'll be in. So we don't have to see Ian Book. If Ian Book was in, I'd get it. Like why you'd want to stay away from this game. But with Taysom Hill, at least you'll get a good enough run game and he'll complete some passes, which is enough to beat the Panthers.
Appreciate you coming on. Have a good weekend.
All right. See you later, man.
Happy New Year. Appreciate your contributions to the show throughout the year. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me on. See you.
Have a good one, man.
Bye.
Okay, let me see. Okay, who else wants to come on? Okay, this is from Bruno W. What are the chances of Arizona getting their stuff together in the game that matters against Dallas? In the game that, dude, I actually was flirting with a response from the Cardinals. I picked down the cover, I believe. And I don't like anything about the Cardinals team. I haven't liked much about them this full year. It's just it is what it is. Like, you already laid it out, because Arizona's got their life on the line. They're still probably going to make the playoffs even if they lose, but they got their life on the line. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, dude. I sent the email to a few of you. Whoever wants to come on, and we can get it. So let me see. Here we go. Let me just use the bathroom real quick again. I've been pounding it with the fluids today. Yeah, Tony, come on, Tony. I believe I sent you the message. Okay, let me go see, bro. Okay, here we go. Yo, Johnny, what's up, man?
How you doing, man?
Dude, happy to get you on, man.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but like work's got me fucked up.
Dude, work is crazy. I mean, yeah, man, it will control your life. So, and then once you get out, you don't have energy for anything. Like, yeah, that type stuff.
Yeah. How's your Christmas? Everything go well?
Dude, Christmas was great, man. How was yours?
Good. It's crazy. My girlfriend actually proposed to me, so I just got
She
engaged.
proposed to you? Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
That was wild. She surprised all of us. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, like I don't know what that says, but like it's good, man. I'd rather have a woman take charge.
Yeah, I mean,
Does
I'm
she
not
have her own
ashamed.
money?
What's up?
Does she have her own money?
Yeah, she's a firefighter.
That's actually sick, though. That she like that she was like in a position to like propose. So that's dope, man.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, man. So what are you betting this week?
Well, all right. So when I like handicap these games, I always do them myself and then look at your videos, and we actually aligned on pretty much all of them. But I want to like talk about that Tennessee Miami game because I actually think they're gonna like win by more than 7 points. So people who like those alternate lines, -7.5, -10.5, I think they can cover that.
Tell us why.
I think that, like you said, that train is over with Miami, and like if they do come to play, I just think their defense is better. They'll stop them. Once Tua gets frustrated, he's done, and he makes crazy mistakes. They're playing in Tennessee, I think, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a huge advantage. And I think with A.J. Brown back, he's just going to go off too.
Because this is what I'm trying to say. And I'll go back because what you said is strong, and I got to give you credit for it, man. Like, the way to attack Brian Flores' defense is you have to run the ball right down the middle at them. And, they're playing Giants and Jets. They're not the teams that can do it. Like, people are forgetting Roger Saffold's coming back, and that's a top 5 offensive guard in this league. Luan should be off the list. I don't know if you're following that. He should be off the list. So you give me Luan and Saffold on that left side where got 3 backups we're playing the last few weeks. Man, I just think Tennessee gets the run game going. And like you said, who's going to cover A.J. Brown? I don't think Julio Jones being out hurts anything. I don't know if anyone's been watching Tennessee, but Julio Jones doesn't do anything.
He hasn't done anything all year. I picked him up or traded for him in like fantasy, and I immediately dropped him. I didn't even care about getting any value. I just dropped him because he isn't doing shit. It was bad.
Dude,
but yeah, I think they have a huge game, honestly, and I'm not going to underestimate it. I'm probably going to hammer it.
Yeah, dude, and I have to, at this point, I don't want to give away the Patreon bots, but at this point, you kind of have to hammer Tennessee for me, because at what point, so we think the Dolphins are going to finish the season with 8-9 wins straight, and I'm not even doing that, but they're playing a team where they can't push around. And we'll see what they do when they can't push people around. Is Tua going to drop back 37 times and sling it? I can't see it. He's throwing picks against the Jets and Giants.
All he does
This
is throw it to
harder,
Waddle.
man.
He just throws it to Waddle all day and then hopes he catches it. Gesicki's in and out, he'll get some good games here, but like his main target is Waddle, in my opinion.
And here's the thing, Tennessee on defense, they play a lot of zone, but they also, when they need to, they'll go press man to man. And when you do that against Tua, it doesn't end well for him. Because like you said, that's why Gesicki's in and out of the game. It's not because Gesicki doesn't ball. Gesicki's nasty.
Yeah.
It's like once you go man to man on him, like that's when Tua just shrinks. So.
Yeah, so I like that game. I like the Cincy. I'll probably do that money line. I mean, another thing about the Titans too in the Miami game is that look at all these teams that had these 6-7 game win streaks. They're starting to lose now. They're starting to get tired. They're starting to get fatigue. So that's like another thing worth noting. Like, how long can this Miami team keep up this like crazy 7-game win streak? Yeah.
And physicality wise, that's my main problem with Miami. One thing I like that they were doing there in this win streak, they actually started to run it more. It's just running it against the Titans is a big ass. San Fran couldn't do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I like that Cincy thing. Cincy, I was one of my top underdogs to pick. I just have a feeling, Joe Burrow is going to sling it again. I think Jamar Chase might make an appearance back after a few weeks of not really doing much.
He finally did something last week, right?
Yeah.
Because that Chargers game was the worst game I've ever seen on an NFL wide receiver.
Oh yeah, it was bad. But I'm actually I'm in love with this Houston team right now. I think they might win it straight up. I know you like Trey Lance better than Garoppolo, but is he really that much better? I mean, both of them are not that great in my opinion, and
they suck in different ways.
Yeah. And this Houston defense is finally starting to pick it up. Davis Mills is finally starting to figure things out. It took Mac Jones 6 weeks to figure it out because he has Bill Belichick. But now Mac Jones is picking it up, and they're going to probably play spoiler. So I like it. I like it a lot.
And here's the thing I've been saying all year about Houston's defense. I never thought they were trash. It was Davis Mills, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Davis Mills goes to halftime, 3 of 11 for 38 yards. So the defense stays out on the field all day, and we can't properly judge them. You're right, man. And here's the thing with the 49ers. You can stop their run easier than before. So, and what's Trey Lance going to do throwing the ball? Not a whole lot.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I really like the Houston side.
I want to see what happens.
I'm going to hammer it. No, I'll probably not hammer it, but I'm going to put it in there for sure. But other than those two, I mean, I also really like Washington. I know everyone's talking about Washington. I just think we get a response from them. I don't think Philly's as good as their 3-game win streak. They've been barely winning or beating up on bad teams in the past 3 weeks.
And like I said, I guess we're seeing that in the same lines because I feel like Philly was playing better in week 8, week 7 than they're playing now, but maybe that's just me.
No, that's how I see it too. And a team doesn't go get their ass kicked by 40 some points, 50 points, and then just go lose the next game, or at least not make it close,
They should be and they should bounce back. And I just want to make sure is Gibson, the running back, going to be in for Washington?
I hope so, because that's a huge deal right there. I mean, they need him.
Yeah, and that's what and with Philly's defense, they've been playing pretty nasty, but you need their run pass balance against them. So if Washington has that, it should be close. I just don't have the cojones to pound that.
Yeah, I'll share with you this little lottery parlay that I like to call it, because my parents are actually going to be in Vegas Sunday morning, so I'm just going to have them put $10 on this stupid parlay and just see what happens. But this Cowboys-Chargers game is also intriguing. I'm not going to bet it because I'm a Cowboys fan. And I actually learned that from you. Yeah, I learned that from you. And the last time I did that was when they were playing the Patriots, and I was also playing parlays at the time, and I had the over and the Cowboys to cover. and it goes to overtime, and at a miracle, I won, and I was like shitting bricks. But I was like, I'm no more playing with money like that. Like,
And even that was a good bet, though. But
yeah,
a good bet can go left in this league in a fucking second.
exactly. Had they gone for that field goal instead of get the touchdown, I would have lost it. I would have lost everything. So, but it worked out for me. I don't like the play calling from Arizona. Arizona and the Chargers have been doing it. They were going for a fourth and goal. I get it, but in the first, second quarter, like, get your points. Like, that's the reason why you guys both lost, Chargers and Arizona, because you missed out on like 6 to 9 points, 12 points even on easy points in the first half. Fourth and goal. Like, why are you going to go for it then? If it's
That's
a game,
what I'm saying. And here's another thing. Since you brought up Arizona's play calling, listen, like, it's fun to throw it and all that stuff, but at what point are they going to run it a little bit, or at least use like jet sweeps like we were talking about last week with Tony? Like, it's really bad play calling, man. Like,
Cliff Kingsbury is playing Madden out there with an actual NFL team. That's what it looks like. He's playing Madden. He's calling plays for Madden.
It is, and it's not college football. And like, also with Kyler Murray, we saw him get hurt last year because of it, and he's taken so many hits. And really, what offense did they produce against the Colts besides that one crazy run from Kyler Murray?
That's it. Yeah.
It's bad, man.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to stay away from that game, but I just had to point that out. Just be careful, because that play calling has been very, very suspect.
Yeah, and also a question just to you, since you're a Dallas fan, like, like, if someone asked me, like, does Arizona have a chance? Hell yeah, I would say they have a chance. But honestly, like, it's more me just hoping that Dallas doesn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they will give a fuck, though, because technically they're still in that race for the number 1 seed. Granted, I mean, as of this morning, I didn't know Cousins wasn't playing. That was their only chance. They just need Green Bay to lose one game. They're playing the Lions next week. They're probably going to smoke the Lions. So, I mean, that was their hopes. They're hoping that Green Bay loses one game because the Cowboys own the tiebreaker and get the 1 seed.
But Dallas, can they still get like the 2nd, 3rd seed, or are they like?
Yeah. So right now they're in the 2nd, but if it remains a tie with the Rams, who else is in the Bucks, the Cowboys own the division or the conference record. But if it's a single game tie with the Bucks, then the Bucks have the head-to-head tiebreaker.
So Dallas has to win either way, because you don't want to get like 4th where the Bucks are at right now. I did see the Bucks were at like 4th seed. I'm like, okay, bro, like, that's actually not good for them.
Right. Yeah. So I think that they are going to keep playing for sure.
Okay, makes sense. And just so I can answer this super chat from Brian real quick, I actually don't think Minnesota's going to win. Because here's the thing, man. When they used to play Green Bay, used to be able to pound it on Green Bay, but with Rashawn Gary, how good he is now, that's one guy like the Vikings won't be able to block. Now, listen, if you can't block one guy, that's fine. You can still run it, but I just don't see them running it against the Packers D. That's why I don't see a way for them to win. So.
I mean, I liked Minnesota a lot with Cousins playing, because Dalvin Cook's supposed to come back, and I do think that he can expose more. But without Cousins playing, like, there's going to be times where you have to pass it. I mean, who is their second stream? I don't even know who their second stream is. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and I think he's from Texas A&M, and he can run a little bit. But here's the problem, my man. Like, since he didn't he was out for like 3 weeks during training camp, and so he never really got like a chance to really get ready.
Yeah. So I think the Packers end up winning this game. I'm not going to bet that game at all anymore. I mean, probably the under, if anything, now that there's no Kirk Cousins.
I like
it's enticing. Yeah.
Like, and under has actually happened more in Packers games than people think. Mm-hmm. So that's a good one, man.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, I wanted to ask you actually that playoff challenge thing you wanted to do. You mentioned before. Is that still going to happen?
I want to do it.
Okay.
It's just I don't know how I am going to be able to do it. But here's what I'm thinking. Are you a tech guy at all?
Not really, no.
No, same here. Here's what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. Like, you know how sometimes teachers, they're lazy and they'll have kids do like a test in Google kind of
Yeah.
using like Google Drives and that shit. That's what I think I'm going to have to do, because what the other people suggested, they're not going to work for what we need to do.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm still working on it. I got 2 more weeks.
Yeah, you do. That'd be.
We
I
got to
think
do
that'd be fun.
something, man, because I'm even fucking thinking about upping it to like a G, just to get it like people's like fucking really racing, like get the heat up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, dude, we got to do something like that, because
There's a lot of good handicappers in here too. You're following it. There's a lot of smart people like football IQ, so it makes
Dude,
it interesting.
That's what's good about you guys. Like, you guys are actually like intelligent, and dude, as I'm getting older, I just don't have the attention span or the patience for anyone who's like stupid. Like, I love different opinions, just I hate stupid stuff, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, nothing bugs me more than people getting mad on Patreon because you lost a bet. Like, obviously you're putting the bets on there because you're betting them too. So if that person lost, you're losing out on that too. They're just losing out more because they're doing these hefty parlays. Just go single lines. Throw like 15, 20 bucks, 50 bucks tops on a parlay. If you hit, great. If not, get your money from the single line bets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I saw 3 weeks ago, you were posting winners in the comment section. I'm like, yo, they're like, if you want to bet over unders, we got people who are posting that shit. Like, and that's the thing that bothers, because just getting a winning record with what's happening with all the like disease, man, I deserve a fucking Nobel Peace Prize.
Dude, you really do. Because I follow like these other professional sports bettors like Wager Talk and all them, and they just follow like numbers, which makes sense, but stats can only take you so far. You got to watch the game, and you're doing like way better than them consistently.
Appreciate
You know?
But and that's the thing, like, seriously, I don't mean to go like full like philosophical with it, but like, they promised us, like, people in like modernity, so many things. They promised us stats, everything would be rational. So how is it rational? You go to work 8 to 4:30 or 8 to 5, okay? And then people get out of work, then they speed out of the fucking parking lot just to sit in traffic for 2.5 hours. Like, stats, they didn't solve anything. And
Right.
honestly, stats are an easy way out because they don't want to do the work. I actually have to fucking watch the Jets.
Yeah, and they're also betting on like 4 or 5 different sports. You know what I mean? Like, how do you have time to watch one sport and be good at it? You know, like,
that's the thing. Like, how do you do that? Like, I understand some of you guys can watch college football and NFL, but if you're like sprinkling in NBA, how do you have the time?
NBA, NHL, like all that baseball when it's on, it's like that's a lot, especially because there's so many games in NBA, hockey, and baseball. Like, it's so hard to keep track of.
And so that's what I'm wondering. So they just go stats and bet that way, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
But and isn't that how Vegas makes the line too? It's mostly stats, and then there's a few like smart guys who go over it and make sure the computer didn't mess up. But really, you're just betting like your computer versus their computer. It's
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like the Cleveland Browns this week, huh?
Could you talk me out of it, please?
I think Big Ben's last game is going to go off, and Pittsburgh isn't that bad at home against a division rival. None of them really. I guess Cleveland still has a chance at making the playoffs, but Pittsburgh can easily play the spoiler. I just think they go off on the last home game. Like, it's just, I just don't. Cleveland's not that good. And
They're not that good because
Pittsburgh's defense can easily stop Baker Mayfield in that offense. Easily, in my opinion.
Pretty much, if you're betting the Steelers, you're betting on magic from Big Ben. It's just the offense line can't block anyone. The Steelers' defense, they can't really stop the running or anyone who's running the ball. So it's where I'm at. Like, I feel you, though, because I feel like Big Ben doing something magical. That's the only thing that's caution for me.
Cleveland had a chance to beat the Packers last week, and what did they do? They stopped running the ball. Why would you do that? Because Baker Mayfield wants to take over. If he's going to do that against the Steelers, good fucking luck. Like, you're not going to get anywhere.
Because Tomlin's going to actually like get him even worse than what the Packers did. That's where I'm at. Like, it's just, I don't know what's going on with the Browns, but it might be to the point where you just can't bet the Browns.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bet that game, but I thought that I put them in that lottery parlay. I'll read that to you. I'm gonna put like $10 on it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
for
Tell
my
me.
parents. So I'm gonna do Chicago -6, the Washington money line, Cincy money line, Tennessee -3, 3.5, whatever it's at. Houston plus the 500. I had Detroit in there, but Goff's not playing, so now I'm gonna do Baltimore money line, Pittsburgh money line, Atlanta to cover, Seattle to cover, and then I'm gonna add in that Tampa -7 first half.
Dude, that
Just,
Tampa's -7 first half is going ahead.
I'm just gonna see what happens. I mean, these last 3 weeks, teams play spoilers. Like shit can happen, man. Anything can happen, and if it does work out that way, I'll be looking at a nice hefty payout for $10.
Yo, that's great. And yo, dude, I wanted to say like congratulations on the marriage, man.
Yeah,
Like,
thank you, man.
once you got a date yet?
No, we're gonna wait. I don't know how things are going with this freaking sickness that's going down. And I'm trying to have like all my homies, all my friends be there and not be limited. So we're just gonna cool out and wait on it.
Yeah, dude, you came and do like nothing. But at least like hopefully you're able to like take it like a vacation, go to like Mexico or Brazil. Let me know how it is if you do get out of the country.
Yeah, man. I mean, I live in California right now too, so shit's starting to slowly lock up even more. I'm in San Diego, so it's a little bit more like lenient and hippie, but it's starting to lock up even more. They're back to the mask policy, and it's just like,
oh, dude, they're not going to even let you go to like gyms soon, man. California's crazy.
It's dumb.
It stinks, man. All right, yo, good luck with everything. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You are hard, dude. And we'll see what the Brown Steelers does. Let's see what the Brown Steelers does.
Take it easy.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Tony, getting you on, Tony. Come on, Tony. Let's see. Let's see if Tony comes on. I did see him still in that thing. Yeah, dude, I'm actually happy he's getting married. Mond is not playing for the Vikings. It's going to be Sean Mannion. Why wouldn't they play Mond? Why would they play Sean Mannion? Let me look that up. I'm not saying you're wrong, Mike. I'm not saying. Yeah, no, I just read the report now, but I don't like this from the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, dude, and they're starting him because, dude, Tony, what up, man?
What's good, Lawson?
Dude, are you
y'all
in
can hear me, let me
Miami
know
or
because I got it. Yeah, yes, sir. What's good?
Dude,
we at home base. We at headquarters.
That looks sick, man.
You already know. You're from Florida. You already know. You peeped it out as soon as you saw it.
Dude, if I ever needed to set up like a studio home base, it would need to be in Florida, bro. It would need to be.
Facts.
Dude, it looks.
How's everything going?
Dude, it's going great. How's everything with you? I like the chain, dude.
Appreciate you. Hanging in, can't complain. I've been fairly patient. All I did this week was just Miami money line on a Monday night. I've just been kind of watching the bowl games. I've had one bowl game in my mind, but like just hanging in. I got like 2 plays, but nothing major.
What are your
just
college
the average play.
plays?
So I got 1 college play. You could play, the big bowl games tonight. I mean, my heart says Alabama wins and Georgia probably wins, right? We're probably going to see that again. But my attention is Ohio State -4 against Utah. Even with the opt-outs, like I know that they're declaring for the draft, a couple of their like star players like Chris Olave and stuff, but I just think this is a big game for recruiting, and Ohio State wants to end the season on the right note. You know what I'm saying? And plus, their last loss was the Michigan loss, and I felt like Michigan had everything go their way. They ran for like 200. It was snowing, bad weather, and Ohio State still put up 35+.
Well, and the fundamentals, as someone who used to be really into college football, dude, Ohio State runs like an SEC team, and Utah
Up north.
runs like an old Mountain West team. So when you got -4, you got a bunch of pit bulls. You got a bunch of pit bulls against like golden retrievers. I'm going with the pit bulls, man. Not
Hey.
outside.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, honestly. Plus, I just felt like the.
Dude,
Yeah,
tell
they
me
put him
this
off
thing you were
arguably-
talking about. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Go on.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Oh, you're good. I'm just saying, like, I think, I just try to remember. I think Oregon and Michigan, they both lost by 7 the same. So I think it was the same amount of loss, but still, just Michigan's a good team, and it was their year. They had everything go their way. But as you were saying,
Yeah. So what were you talking about with UFC 4 today? You got a tournament.
oh yeah. So what's it called? I just nothing major, nothing important, but I entered in a little tournament. It's to be the dankest motherfucker of them all. We're playing for the BMF. This is the DMF. And no 4.5, no 5-star fighters allowed. This is be original, be creative. 4-star fighters only. So I got a little spoiler. I'm thinking about the Magic Man. I'm probably gonna rock with Marlon Moraes. It's probably gonna rock with.
That's awesome. Are you going to try to take
Yeah,
people
I'm
down,
thinking-
or are you going to just stand up?
Right. So now you ask yourself why go with Marlon. Not to get off topic, but just about UFC real quick. Marlon, just in the first round, he's a monster. He either guillotines you or head kicks you. It's only a 3-round fight. Only the championship fights are 5 rounds. So I figure his gas tank's not the best, but it's only a 3-rounder. I could just play defensive with him. I should be able to make him like he's aggressive with me. He's gonna look like a defensive fighter, and I'm gonna catch him with a high kick when they ain't looking. No spoiler.
That's a good way, dude. And then also, if you think it's going to go 3 rounds, just pop jab, score points, man.
Exactly, point fight. That's how I don't want to say I'm a point fighter, but I play defensive. I'm like Floyd with it. A lot of head movement, a lot of boxing. But
Yeah.
the other play that I had for the NFL, Ohio State, I like it straight. Like I like that line straight up. No real line in the NFL is like taking me like I want it straight up. So I just went with a two team teaser. I went with Dolphins getting 11 and Bengals getting, I think it was a 6.5 point teaser, about the half point. I think it's Dolphins 10. Dolphins 10, Bengals 11. That's what it is.
So yeah, Bengals should be up. Yeah, like dude, that's a good one, man. Any other games you're betting?
Well, for NFL, that's probably where I'm going. I have the belief, I'm probably different from everybody. I'm hearing a lot of Titans, and I can understand it. But I think Miami has a real chance to win that game. I'm just taking security over heart. My heart's saying Fins, but I'm going to take the teaser just to be safe because I think their defense is going to show up. And the Bengals, I think they have something to play for this time. The Bengals game to me is like, this is a are you real? I'm not even asking them to win against KC. If you could stay within 3, you're real. The Bengals are real this year if they could do that.
I think the Bengals are real, man, and plus the Chiefs.
True.
Like how much do they even need it? I think the Chiefs are going to come out and play hard, but I don't think they're going God mode this weekend. Let's just say that.
Right. Yeah, that was last week. They destroyed Pittsburgh. That was Big Ben's retirement game right there. Straight up. Yeah, he's packing. I've been off Big Ben for years. I've been off him for years, but that's how it goes. They wasted the Brown and Bell years, and they had good defenses those years too.
Yeah, and now like the whole thing with the Steelers is they got a terrible offensive line. They can't stop the run on defense, and then that makes Big Ben look worse. And then also, I think they might have the worst receiving core in the league. Don't quote me.
Right. I had someone just work in my house on construction. He's a Pittsburgh fan. He says, if Deontay Johnson doesn't get open, we're fucked. That's straight up. That's all it is. Like, yeah,
Claypool can't catch. He's terrible.
Right.
So
he's too busy making TikTok videos.
I know. I saw a few.
Right. And Juju Smith-Schuster too. I don't mind with that. I like strictly business, and they just don't strike me as a team that's all there.
Yeah, bro. And there's not, and then like how much can Big Ben do at this point? That's one thing I'm looking at.
Exactly.
So.
Right, definitely. But as far as plays, just Ohio State straight up -4, and 2-team teaser. I got Dolphins +10, Bengals +11. Just betting on 2 dogs who I think got something to fight for, and I think they're gonna keep it within 1 possession. I think they're gonna.
Yo, Tony. It makes sense to me. I really like that Ohio State -4. I think I might actually follow you on that. Because I want
all I'll
something to
say
back.
is play at
I
your
want
own risk.
something to fucking back. So
Yeah, same. Bro,
and like
to be
I
honest with
said,
you,
no, go.
no, you were saying. No, I was just gonna say real quick, bro. I've been doing good in UFC, and it sucks. I got no UFC to bet on right now. I've been doing decent on it.
I know, bro. Last time on the UFC, dude, the advice you gave was good. At least we're getting some UFC back. What, January?
January 16th, I think it's gonna be Chikaze Cater. That's gonna be our first event of the year.
All right, bro. And during
And
the
our first
off season,
pay-per-views
you gotta
after.
come on. You gotta come on and give us
For
some
sure.
UFC tips, bro. Because I know you're heavy
You
in
already
the
know.
UFC.
Bro, you already know that this ain't just football season. I'm a John Lawson lifer type shit, bro. Real shit. We here. This ain't just football. We here. But just want to say, follow, like, subscribe this man on YouTube, Instagram, Lawson NFL Bets, correct? Did I get that right?
Perfect. Lawson Bets NFL.
Nope. Just follow this man, subscribe. It's the best gambling show on the internet. He gives us an opportunity to have our little perspective and our say. Have my little 15 seconds of fame. Now I feel good. See, you're doing the world good. So just stick with him, and the rest gonna play stuff out straight up.
Appreciate it, Tony. All right, guys, I'm going to get off now. I'm going to go take a shower, hit the like button, share the videos. Thanks for coming on, Tony.
No problem, bro. You have a good one, man.
Yo, let me know how it
All
goes
y'all have a good one
with
too.
your tournament. Hit me up on Instagram.
For sure, bro. If I got some highlights,
right.
I'm gonna send them to you. For sure.
Awesome.
Peace.
Awesome.